Welcome to 5 tips on how to make your stop motions better. Tip 1. Equipment. Typically, in my stop motions, I use a phone and tripod. You can get your tripod at a local Best Buy. Here is my setup. It's a little messy, as you can see by the things on my desk, but I have my tripod right here, and I have my roll of tape right there. So whenever I start a stop motion, tape down the corners on one, and tape down the corners on another side. Just, hold it in place and make sure it won't go all over the place, and look bad in your stop motions. You want to have your sets looking really nice and detailed. As you can see, it's decently detailed here. Not my best work in terms of detailing a set, but it has some good stuff, and this is going to be used for a racing stop motion. Actually, for Lego City that will come out in the future after this video is uploaded. Tip number 3, lighting. Here is a shot that has lighting in it, but here is one that does not. Lighting can be a very key thing when it comes to stop motions, which is why I highly recommend buying a lamp or having a lamp around for your stop motions, because you can just get a better feel for everything, You can see everything, you can look at everything. Also, it does help in terms of light flicker, because if you just use an overhead ceiling, it would flicker a lot like the last scene did. So yeah, that's the 3rd tip. Now let's go to the 4th tip. Here is tip 4 on how to create a walk cycle. Here is how to animate a walk cycle. Now, there's a few processes that I've looked at, but I think the best one and most clean one, for what I use on FPS 15, works their best. So first, you want to get your character, and you want to just place him right here. But so what you want to do is you want to take the first original photo, as you can see right there. Then you want to put over onion skins, and you can't see, or you can somewhat see your character. I recommend doing about right there. Then you want to grab one leg, move it up, put one arm forward, and the opposite arm, or the arm on the leg backwards. Then you want to take the photo. Sorry guys. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to balance it in between the studs, just like this. As you see, I have the feet right here, kind of in between, like that, which will help with make the walk cycle a little slower. You also want to slightly bend the arms inward, take the photo, and then have your character make the step. Now, when you make the step, you also want to bring the arms in more, just slightly, nothing too major. Okay, and now you do that, you want to put both feet together, just like this, arms, now, back in the middle. And then to continue on the walk cycle, you want to, again, just go right here. Take a separate minifigure, of course. Make sure your minifigure is all good and set before you take the photo. It's very helpful. Then you want to put them about in between. Move the arms in just slightly. Nothing too much. You want to take the photo. Then you want to have their arms slightly in more. Just like that. And then you want to take the final photo right there. And now here's somewhat of the result we have. Now, ignore the part where I accidentally made the arm right here go forward at the same time. Usually you want to make it opposite. But for right now, this will do, just for a tip. You see he's walking very slightly. Here is the walk cycle that I just showed you guys how to do. It's pretty simple. Really just comes down to getting it right. I think it looks good and smooth. motions. Now, you want to have your minifigure right here. And so I'm going to show you an example of an arm moving up and down. Now, typically an arm wouldn't go vroom, vroom very quickly. Instead, it would look, more fluent and normal. So here is how to make easing in and out. So first, you want to take about 5 photos. Okay. Now you want to put on your onion skin just slightly. And as you can see, I barely move the hand. Just like that, right there. And you want to take the photo. Then you want to put on your onion skin again. And move it some more. I'd say about, you want to move it more every time until you get to about the top. So now I'll have about that much, since I barely lift any of the yellow on the hand. Now you want to go back to the onion skin, and you want to probably put it about halfway, just like that. And as you see, I'm slowly moving the hand up. It will make your stop motions I'm not going to say 20 times better, but it will make it much better to where you can have fluent motions. And here's what it looks like. And now you want to move it about, now I'm going to make it all the way up. Just about right there. Now, you want to start slowing down when you get about to about like right here in this general area. So now I'm going to start slightly slowing down. As you can see, just barely moved it. Now moving it back in towards the hand. You can see right there. Here's what it looks like so far. You want to do a little less, so about halfway now. Then you want to do about a quarter. Then as little as possible. Just like that. And you want to take about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos, like that. And now you want to start the process down. You basically repeat the same thing here. As you know, I bring it down. This one may look a little sloppier because I am in a little bit of a rush. Now you want to start since you're about halfway, you want to starting to slow it down ever so slightly. So now about 3/4 of the way there. Now about half. You move it about half. Then you move it about 1/4 right there. And here's what it looks like. Now here's what it looks like. You see, it looks very smooth. Light flicker is not that good right now because I don't have my blinds closed, but that's what it normally will look like. And now here's how to make easing it out in terms of starting with cars. Now, you can use a Lego car or a normal car. I'll use a Lego car because I'm sure most of you will, since this video is titled Lego Stop Motions, will be making it out of Lego. So, get your car. I gotta put my character in mine. Just, add a little pizzazz and everything. Details. Okay, so once you have your character with the car, you want to have the character in the car so it looks like they're driving, because if it's not, it just won't look right. Now you want to take about 15 photos. Okay, that's not 15, but for right now that will be okay. So you want to just put on your onion skin. It's a similar process with how you move the arms. You want to first slightly move the car, just barely. Now I gotta do it. Do it until you feel like it looks a little bit. As you see, it barely moves. And then now, since I moved it like this much, now I'm gonna move about that much. And now I'm going to again move it more. And more. You want to generally, and you can use reference points on the car for how you move the vehicle. Like I will use, say, this fender right here to tell where it is compared to that, the front of the car. Right there. And now I'm going to move the fender just more over. Here's what it looks like so far. And as you can see it's following the laws of physics. And here you have about half the tire. Now more than half the tire compared to where the red is. Now about where past the red. Now you want the tire where it's about touching on the end with the onion skin. And you want to make it keep going till, you want to wait for it to get out of shot. Don't end the shot as soon as the car goes out either. Take, if you make it to where you can barely see the car about right here where my hand is, because it would just make your scene look better compared to your car coming over, driving, and then disappearing. You want it to kind of follow a path where you can still see it in the slightest little bit, just so it makes it out of this frame. And I find that very, very useful. Now, here's the final result. And now I'm going to show you how to make the car go full speed. So you want to start with about a tire, and this has taken a lot of, the process has really, you want to move your camera from the start position, but for this video it's okay if it's not, but I moved it over a little bit. You want to take a picture with one tire in. Then you want to put it to where it's about halfway through. When the tire's in the middle of the car, that's how you know it's reached its top speed that it can go. So, I'll be moving it over, and you can see right about where my fingers, you can barely see it, how the back tire is in the middle of the car. You want this tire right here where my hand is to be right in the middle, so then it looks like it's at full speed. As you can see, the back tire goes in the middle right there. You want to take the clip, and you just want to repeat this process until your car is out of the frame and isn't disturbing much. As you can see, as I'm going out, I'm not making it just disappear. I could go here and make it like that. But instead, I'm going to purposely make it a little less so you can at least see the back of the car exit the frame. And then you'll take about your 10 to 15 photos. And here is the car at full speed. So it will look like this. And now here is how to make your car slow down, because you want to make sure your car can get some good slow down. So you want to start with your camera right here. I will move this pole so you may be able to see it. And sorry for my mess. I was making another stop motion back here. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to take a picture with the car in the frame. Take that. Then keep, move it about like it's at full speed. So back tire in the middle. And now you want to start slowing it down. You want to make it to about right there. You see how I'm slowing it down. I'm starting to make the fender go more in towards the tire on the onion skin. Now I'm going to go about right there. Tire fender in the middle. And I use reference points are good when it comes to making your car scenes look great. I keep accidentally clicking the button there. So now you have like that. Keep slowing down. Just like this. Just keep ever so slightly moving the car. Now I'm just trying to, these are older tires, so they won't really want to move on me. But this is what you want to do. And then you would take your 10 to 15 photos. Ease in and out, even on car movements and everything else. And this is what it would look like. And as you can see, it comes to a halting stop instead of... Well, that was the video for today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. This was fun to make. I surely enjoyed it. Now, remember these tips. You can rewatch this video as many times as you want. Like and subscribe, and comment if you want to see more videos like this. I post every now and then, and yeah. So, have a good day.